Last time we were being given the message, कामन गुणवंती हर पाए, भय भाए सीगार बनाए, सतगुर सेव सदा सोहागुण, सच उपदेश समावनि-aa. Kaman means the one who is desirous of achieving something. But just desiring is not enough. You have to deserve it as well. Desiring without deserving first always leads to disappointments, heartaches, failures, because you are not paying attention to whether you are capable of receiving that blessing, receiving that grace or not. You are just desiring it. That is why the message was, Kaman means that one who desires. The next word is Gunvanti. Gun means the good qualities. The qualities that makes you worthy of that particular desire. Kaman Gunvanti har paye. If you have those characteristics, if you have those qualities inside you. Now remember, this is completely the inner journey. It has nothing to do with the outside. You cannot be in any delusion about yourself. I already know it. I am doing it. I deserve it all. And if I'm not getting it, then somebody else is to be blamed. That attitude can work in the society. It can work in your profession, schools and colleges and universities. You can get away with it. But you cannot get away with it with the ultimate creator. Because the creator knows it all. How does he know it? Because he is observing it from within. He is inside. Before my words come out of my mouth, he knows what I am going to say. Why? Because he is inside. It's very simple. You can understand this very easily. That here in my memory bank, there are words stored at random. And a thought develops which starts arranging those words from the memory in the form of sentences. So from the storage, it is coming out, and before it comes out of the mouth, they have been arranged in a logical sentences. See how much work is already going on behind? We only hear somebody while he is talking. But before he is talking, a lot has been processed prior to that. And while that processing is going on, the observer inside already knows it all. That is why Sikhism says you do not need to pray to anybody, because before you could pray, he already knows it. You don't have to say it, because he knows it exactly. And therein lies the problem, because our words do not match our intentions. We are saying something else, but in the heart we have totally something else. For example, we can say that I want to meet you. But in order to meet him, I have to have those qualities. Those qualities, if I have not developed, and I keep on saying I want to meet you, he knows it already. That kind of a prayer is not going to be accepted because it only works. Neither the real intention is there, nor the qualities are there. You can watch in every religious function, the same thing goes on every week. People are saying something, meaning something else, desiring something totally different. This type of a split personality will not get far in the world of mysticism, in the world of spirituality. So the message was, Kaman Gunvanti har paaye. You can desire, you can ask, but you need to have those qualities, guna. If you don't have those qualities, it's not going to work. And if you have the qualities, it will become obvious right away. How? Bhaa-ay sigar banaya. Sigar means to do the makeup, to make yourself presentable. So we know how to make ourselves presentable in the outside world. Do we know how to make ourselves presentable in the inside world? What have we to do? How do we make our inner self presentable? And the answer is bhaa-ay. You are in 100% subservient to the ultimate creator. That's bhaa-ay. You are totally surrendered. You are not saving even 1% of yourself for something else. That's why there is a saying, God is the most jealous lover. Would not tolerate a hint of something else. You have to be 100% surrendered. And when you are 100% surrendered, Satguru Seva Sada Soha Sach Updesh Samaavani-aa. 100% surrendered means you are never ever forgetful about His presence in your entire life. Now ask yourself, do you remember Him all the time? Everybody will shake their head. Yes, we do. But if the next question is asked, if you remember Him, can you cheat somebody? Can you lie to somebody? Can you do injustice to somebody? Can you hate somebody? Can you get angry with somebody? Because if He is inside, anger cannot exist. Hatred cannot exist. Biases cannot exist. So you can ask yourself, do you remember Him all the time? If you do, what happens to your inside when you meet someone who's not like you? Does your eyes immediately say he's different? If that thought occurs to you that this one is different, then you don't remember him. It's as simple as that. There is the test for you. If you want to ask yourself, do I remember him all the time? If that is a reality, you do not need to go to any master and say, am I there? You just ask yourself, what is my reaction? What do I think? When something happens to me which is not according to my choices, not according to my likes. If there's something that happens to you and say, this should not happen, that means you don't remember it. That's how the nature tests every soul. What is the level of the soul? The soul must remain equipoised under each and every circumstance. Can we do that? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Can we do that? Yes, we can do that. Do we want to though? Wouldn't the people start calling us gone crazy, mad? Look, the house is burning and he's sitting there laughing. Crazy. But if the house is burning and he wants the house to burn, okay, fine, I accept it. Oh, that is silly. Isn't it? Doesn't the mind immediately revolt? That is stupid. That should not happen. That means now I am smarter than him. He wants this forest to burn off and I am sitting there saying, that should not happen. It's raining cats and dogs and it's blowing away all the leaves in the river and the floods are going on. That should not happen. The hurricane should not come. That's a bad choice of God. Now I'm smart. I also claim to be a meditator. I also claim to be remembering him. But interestingly enough, I am also a judge. Isn't it? Aren't we judging him? Everything that goes around in the society, in a city, in a country, in the world, don't we sit and judge every moment? This is damn too hot. That's not nice. It's damn too cold. That's not nice. We do it every day, every moment. And then we claim we are God-fearing people. Are we? We need to ask that question to ourselves. Don't look at anybody else. Don't check others. Close your eyes and ask yourself. Kaman gunwanti har bhaa-ay, bhaa-ay si ghar banaye. Do I have those gunas? Do I have those characteristics, those qualities that I can wish for such a highest state of existence? If I do, it will become obvious to him. And those who are sincere about it, Satguru Sev Sada Sohagan, then they forever and ever remain in that state. They are not fair weather friends. Such Upadesh samaavani-aa, because they are in touch with the purest form of the truth. Such. But those who don't, those who insist on judging everything that goes around. Shabd visaaran tinaa thaa-o na thaa-o. Those who have forgotten this principle, eventually they will find out the end result. Someday, eventually. And that is our biggest doubt. Because we see somebody who's living a life of a deceit, but is very happy. And we sit and wonder, where is the God now? Many times, when I was growing up in this country, I used to have this thought all the time. The moment I get on the freeway, a cop will come behind me and say, where are you hiding? There's so many cars are gone by. Why aren't you behind them? Why are you behind me? I always have that complaint. I don't know what God has against me. The moment I got on the freeway, somebody comes by behind. It took me 30 years of meditation to understand that God isn't doing anything here. I would never look around myself. Why did I give him a chance? I will always justify my driving habit and blame on him. I'm just unlucky. So many cars are passing by. He just looks at my turban, that's why. And we do that all the time. In everything. Eventually you find out the reality. You have to face the reality. Nature will not let you escape this. Sooner or later, you will be forced to face your own inner demon. You cannot get away with it. You may keep on avoiding till the last moment when your body is going to be dropped here and consciousness is going to fly to the yonder. It may be that moment when you see everything, but thou shalt see it. You can be sure of that. Every decision, every choice that you have made would be clearly displayed to you. Your consciousness will see it all without any camouflage, without any covering. And what will happen then? Shabd visaaran tinaa thaa-o na thaa-o. You will not find a place to hide then. No way. Between you and your Creator, there is no attorney, there is no witness, there is no judge, there is no jury. You and your Creator, that's it. Nobody is going to defend you, and nobody is going to come to your support. Somebody is selling you a snake oil when they are telling you, don't worry about it, Jesus will come and save you. Or Muhammad will come and save you. Or Moses will come and save you. Forget it. They are not sitting waiting for you. They are already gone. Can you imagine? A soul that left that dimension 2000 years ago is being depended upon, still being there waiting for us. I'm so bad. I'm so important, he's waiting for me. Why? Because I said he is my savior. Think about it. That means that soul has to be suspended somewhere. Neither this side nor that side. Just stay suspended and wait for your followers to come, and then you can save all of them. Can you imagine that? Look at the thought. Doesn't happen. You and your Creator is it. And you will be shown your entire movie of your life. You will be the judge of your own choices. And you will not be able to do any favors. Why? पर मैं भूले जो sunjai ghar kaa-o. You have spent the life like a crow is sitting in a vacant, empty house, not knowing what to do with it. That is the kind of illusion you have lived all your life. You've been sold a bill of goods and you have bought it. Why you have bought it? Very simple. Because it's a very cheap bargain. What is a cheap bargain? You come every weekend and you confess. You will be forgiven for that and you will be told through so many rosaries, so many this, so many that, light so many candles, etc., etc., etc. And the next week you can start the cycle over again, no problem. That's how you will spend your life. And it's not about only Christianity or Islam or Judaism or the entire organized religion is selling the same thing. You do not need to change yourself. You just do this. And the nature is saying, you're going to find out that you were sold a bill of goods and you bought it. Why? Because it was a cheap bargain. The reality was you needed to change. You needed to evolve. You needed to grow from within. You refuse to grow from within. Nature says you just devote 10% of your time in the memory of the ultimate Creator. Every day, just 10%. So what do I do? Okay, you want 10%? I cannot give you 10% of the time. Actually, I would like to use that time to make more money so that I can give you 10%. The entire world is doing that. They are giving the 10% of the earning, not the time, not the life. I will not give you 10% of the time, which is about 90 minutes every day. I will not give you 90 minutes, but I'll work those 90 minutes. I'll make more money and then I'll give you 10%. Why is that a better deal for me? Because I am still keeping 90%. I am thinking of keeping my 90%. I am not worried about your 10%. And we keep on playing that game. We would not devote 10% of our waking time. You can see that. We sleep 6-7 hours, 8 hours. We spend about an hour or so in our day-to-day cleaning and eating, etc. Then we wake up 15 hours. If we take 10% of 15 is what? 1.5. That's 1.5 hours. You can spend 1.5 hours at a stretch, or you can say I'll spend 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes in the evening in your memory. This is dedicated to you, nothing else. No other work. 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes in the evening, just for you. We won't do it. Then what happens? घर में भूले जो sunjai ghar kaa-o, halat palat tinee dovai gavaa-ay, dukhay dukh vihaavani-aa. Halat palat. This dimension and that dimension, both are lost. You can say, oh, to hold it. How is this dimension lost? I'm making money. I'm happy. I'm enjoying. I'm eating, drinking, dressing, traveling around, seeing the world. What's lost? You say, yes, that is true. Today, all of your senses are working properly, so you are enjoying them. No question about it. But tell me, what will happen when your senses are not working that hard? You cannot hear properly, you cannot see properly, you cannot taste properly, you cannot smell properly, you cannot touch properly. You may be touching something very soft, but the wrinkles in your own hand won't let you feel the softness. What are you going to do then? Have you thought about it? The aging phenomena for every human starts at the turn of 35 years, medically proven. Up till 35 years of life, the entire body rejuvenates itself every 7 years. All the cells drop, new cells are born. After 35 years, as the cell starts dropping, the new cells are not created with the same speed. Slowly, slowly they are not created at all at a certain time. What is this? These are wrinkles. What are they? Skin is just not rejuvenating itself. No outside treatment will help. All the joints, the bones, structures, tendons, everything start aging, and a time comes when they don't cooperate at all. What will you do then? Wouldn't this life be wasted then? That life is certainly wasted because you have not taken the time out of your life to put in his memory. Halat palat tinee dovai gavaa-ay. Both sides are lost. likh-di-aa kaagad mas kho-ee, doojai bhaa-ay, sukh paa-ay na koi. koorh likhe te koorh kamaave, jal jaave koorh chittar laavani-aa. likh-di-aa kaagad mas kho-ee. But we talk a lot, discuss a lot, we write a lot. If you were to go to any library today and do a study on various topics and see how many books per topic are available in any library, one thing becomes very clear. The books on the religion and metaphysics and spirituality will outnumber every other topic in the world. Every other science, mathematics, history, philosophy, everything will be minuscule as compared to the number of books written on the religion. And where have it gotten us? 5,000 years of recorded history of human, they are still barbarian at heart. Complete animals. Every behavior absolutely agrees with the animal behavior. You can see within yourself. Find out one thing that you are doing on a daily basis that an animal or a bird does not do? Find one. This is not a just statement for the sake of statement. It is not an emotional declaration. I am seriously asking each and every one of you. Put your thinking cap and start imagining from the moment you get up till the moment you go to sleep, what are the things that you are doing that an animal is not doing? You will not find an exception, because there is only one thing that you can do that animal cannot do. Everything else that you do, animal does. But one thing that you can do, animal cannot do. And that is his meditation. That is to remember about him. That is to think about your soul. Eating, drinking, sleeping, reproducing, raising, everything the animal does. A bird does. A fish does. But a fish cannot meditate. Why? Because animal does not have the awareness about the soul. Only human form has the awareness about the soul. No other form has it. Hence, anything that you do with the soul, animal cannot do. Otherwise, everything that you do, animal does. Then the logical question to ask is, am I just an animal? Is this how I am spending entire life? And I feel very offended if somebody compares me to an animal. If somebody called me a dog, I'm going to absolutely trying to kill that. How dare you call me a dog, a cat, a horse, a jackass? These are common terms. We use that. He's a hard working like a horse. He's a stubborn like a jackass. He's a smart like a fox. And we feel offended. Why are you comparing me to an animal? But your behavior is like an animal. What's to be done? You haven't shown a single characteristic that tells me how you are different. Somebody was going to go on a vacation, and he had a pet dog. He tried to put the dog away, he couldn't find any place. Eventually he wrote to the hotel, "Would you allow me to bring my dog?" The manager wrote back, "A dog has never written me a bad check. A dog has never made me call police for a noisy room. A dog's check have never bounced. Sir, your dog is welcome. And if he vouches for you, you are also welcome." Animals are not that bad, as a human can be. If you want to be recognized as a human, then do something that distinguishes you from the animal kingdom. So ask yourself, how will I distinguish myself? There will be only one answer. You have to do something to feed your soul. Stop worrying about feeding your body. Because worrying your body all the time is an animalistic instinct. You need to grow up from there. Those are the most close and dearest characteristics, worrying about the body. Remember this parable of Ibrahim? When God said, offer me what you like the most, sacrifice your dearest one. And what did Ibrahim do? He pulled his son. He tied his hands and legs and he's ready to kill him as a sacrifice to God. And he hears the voice again, what are you doing? I'm sacrificing what is dear to me. No, dummy. That's not what I was saying. That's not what is dearest to you. But he still doesn't get it. He gives another hint to Ibrahim. Say, look at that little lamb standing over there. He still didn't get it. He went and freed up the son and tied up the lamb. But what's God saying? Oh Ibrahim, your animals' instincts are dearest to you. Sacrifice those at my altar. Give the animalistic sense away. What is keeping you away from me is the animalistic characteristics inside you. Judaism, Christianity and Islam till today haven't gotten that parable. They still don't understand. They are still sacrificing the animals to please him. To please him, they are killing something that he himself made. There are mothers sitting here, fathers sitting here. Give me the answer. Would you be pleased if somebody kills your child and offer it to you? Is it possible? Something that he created, we kill and say, you be happy. Can you imagine the insanity of the logic? And history has documented proof that the man has been offering another man as a sacrifice to please him. And that tradition goes ages. One Eid just passed away. Now the big Eid is coming, and that's called Bakra Eid. And at Bakra Eid, Bakra literally means goat. Hundreds of thousands of goats will be sacrificed to please Allah. It's not just Muslims. Jews have the same thing. Sacrifice the lamb. Egyptians have the same thing. It continues. Not for a moment you sit back and think, what are we doing? Who are we pleasing? This could not be pleasing to him. On one hand we say God is everywhere. Then we go kill the animals and offer the sacrifice. And we have written books justifying this. What will happen? Likh-di-aa, kaagad must kho-ee. This type of logic is wasteful. The life is getting wasted. Doojai, bhaa-ay, sukh na koi. You are not going to be happy with this behavior. You cannot. If that is a fact, If you can please God by offering the dead people, should it not be enough just doing once in your life and be done with it? No, I'm going to do it every year because God is mad again. He needs to see the blood flowing every day. I was reading Old Testament and I was surprised to find out that there are instructions which part of the animal should be offered and which part of the animal should not be offered. It's documented both in Quran and in Old Testament and New Testaments. It is documented by details, piece by piece. If you step back from the religious part of it, I can very well understand, because what is offered on the altar is going to go to the priest. The priest certainly wants the selected portion of the meat for himself. The rest can be distributed to the rest of the commons, but the priest should get the selected parts. And this is a part of the religious literature. So I close my eyes and say, well, it's written in my book, so why bother? I'm not going to think. Oh, so God should not have given you a brain because you don't want to use it. You just want to follow what the priest said. And that's what the organized religion is doing. Programming the individuals to follow what they say without questioning, without thinking, without arguing. Don't open your mouth. I said it, you do it. That's it. Case closed. But there's no happiness around. The mind is still tortured. I'm still unhappy with my life. Doojai paa-ay, sukh na kho-ee. It's a declared fact. You are not going to be happy by doing what you are doing, because you are living like an animal. Koorh likhe te koorh kamave, jal jave koorh, chit laavani-aa. Koorh means this is all false. This is all a lie. It's all a fabricated argument. It might sound intellectually convincing, but it is false. How do I know it's false? I am using my own brain. I am telling myself, as a common man, I cannot be happy if somebody kills my son and say, here is offering to you. How can he be happy? He is the father of us all. How can he be happy if he sees animals butchered and offered to him? All in the name of Allah. I was watching a show on the YouTube where there was showing that there is a particular man who has learned to hypnotize a lamb before crucifying the lamb. And he says, I don't have any power. I only read kalma in the ears of the animal. Animal hears it and surrenders himself. Now look at the game. What he does is, he takes the both ears and bend it over. He closes the ears. Lay down the animal. Animal cannot hear anything or see anything. Animal is not moving. He's saying, see, he has surrendered. Go ahead, he is ready for killing. And what the advertisement is? Look at the power of the kalma. You read the kalma in the ear of an animal. Animal is ready to die for the sake of God. Totally convinced. People bring their animals from miles away to be crucified, and he charges money for killing those animals. That's his business. They bring the animal to him, he kills the animal, he then prepare it for cooking, and they take the dressed up meat home. You cannot be happy this way. The soul cannot be happy. You are not rising above the animal instincts. Eating the meat or drinking the blood of animal is not going to raise your consciousness. Not going to happen. You can rest assured. Then what is the choice? What changes do I need to bring? Gurmukh sacho sach likhe vichar. End of discussion. You just drop the negative, pick up the positive. Sach, pick up the truth. Change your thinking. There is no how I do it. Today you are believing in the false, drop that belief, pick up the positive. There is no time required, there is no process required, there are no exercises required, there is absolutely nothing to do. All you have to say to yourself, I don't believe that. I believe in this. And that's it. That is the simplest possible change, easiest possible change. Just stop believing in the hype. Stop believing in the advertisement. Stop believing in, well, the masses are doing it. Get away from the mass psychology. Mass psychology is a mob psychology. It will not help you. Become an individual. What's an individual? Who's not divided. Sometimes this way, sometimes that way. Individual means indivisible. Something that cannot be broken, cannot be divided. Stop that oscillation between your mind. Well, I find 10 people this side, only one person on that side. I think I'll go with the 10. Neither go with the 10 nor with the 1. Go with yourself. Ask that question of yourself. What is the logic? And when you stop believing in the mob psychology and pick up the truth, Gurmukh sacho sach likhe vichar. Vichar means to think. Independently think. If your priest will not answer your question, don't go to that priest. You don't need to. The reason he is not giving you the answer is because he doesn't want to lose you as a member. And you are a paying member. I don't want to lose you. My income will go down. Hence, I will say something that pleases you. If it doesn't please you, I will stay quiet. Or I'll make up a story. In either case, it's not going to help me. It's not going to help you. Don't go to such priests. Be an independent thinker. Gurmukh sacho sach likhe vichar. Think about yourself. Sejan sache paave mokh du-aar. Those who are willing to walk alone on the path of the truth, they will eventually find the truth. But if you are following the herd, the crowd, the majority, They are not going after the truth. They are going after what's easy, what's the simplest. They are not the one who will devote 10% of the life. They are the one who wants to spend 10% of the money. They are not going to help you. You spend 10% of the time. I'm not saying don't give 10% of your income. That's not what I'm saying. If you want to support the organization, go ahead and support the organization. But that's not a spiritual work. It is a social work. When you support an institution, you are doing a social work. You are remaining in the society and you are performing your social function. It has nothing to do with spiritual function. Spiritual function requires your inner to change, not your outer. Sejan sache paave mokh du-aar, sach kaagad, kalma maswani, sach likh, sach samaavani-aa. Now you can write the book. And that book will have nothing but the truth. Pure truth. No hesitation of saying the truth. No hesitation to hear the truth. Even if you are hearing it for the first time in your life, your heart should be open enough and say, wait, if I spend 50 years living a lie, there is no problem in dropping those 50 years of lies and pick up the truth now. Because you will face the truth. That is an absolute guarantee. You will face the truth. Even if you are at the final moment of your this physical life, you will see the truth. मेरा प्रभ अंतर बैठा वेखे गुर प्रसादी मिले सोई जन लेखे नानक नाम मिले वडियाई पूरे गुर ते पावने. But when you are making those changes inside yourself, watch your ego. Because ego is going to say, aha, see how great I am. I heard these things and I changed myself. The ego came back. Immediately. Watch it. You are not doing anything. Say it is His grace. It is His benediction that is helping me to change. Don't take the credit. You are not capable of doing it. He is doing it. It is His grace. Gur Prasadi. Mile. Whatever you are getting, it is His grace. If you get that grace, Nanak naam mile vadi-aa-ee pure gur te paavni-aa. Then you become worthy of the praise in His court. Now you are really fulfilling the purpose of your human body, human life. The single objective of giving you the human life is so that you can grow internally. That's why you were not given the life of a dog, a cat, or a cow, or a bull. You are given a body of a human so that you can spiritually rise and become capable of meeting Him. So that's a hymn number 23 on page 123. We'll take a pause here. And now if anybody has any comments or questions, we'll take them now.